Hey, I'm Terry from TalkSober.com. If you've seen any of our videos or live shows, you know that we talk a lot about what it takes to stay sober. I mean, after all, even though it's not so easy to get sober, it can be even more difficult to stay sober. To get and stay sober, we often mention alcohol has to come off of the table. It cannot be an option. We talk about maintaining a sober mindset. Now, this isn't easy for many of us that have spent many years using alcohol consistently in our daily lives. What often happens is we get sober, they tell us to go to meetings or maybe an outpatient group therapy and expect us to stay sober from there. But there we are, no alcohol, things are starting to clear up, but we don't know exactly what to do. This transition from drinking to sobriety can be difficult. We have to figure out how to go through our daily life without the one thing that we thought helped everything. We need to develop a sober mindset. But how do we do this quickly so we don't drink again? Today I'm going to talk about some of the things you need to do to get that sober mindset so you can stay sober for good. So what is a sober mindset? Basically, a sober mindset refers to a clear and focused state of mind, free from the influence of alcohol or other mind-altering substances or addictive behaviors. But there's more to this than just not drinking. For me, it means that alcohol no longer rules my life. I don't have to fight it anymore, nor do I want it. Alcohol is just not a factor anymore. I have a life that I don't have to run from, a life without alcohol. So how do you get there? Well, if you do some specific things, you will have a much greater chance of getting that long-term sobriety and maybe even enjoy it. Now, as I go through these steps to take, understand that you're not going to be perfect. Take it easy on yourself. The only thing you have to do perfectly is don't drink. And that brings us to the first thing. Make the decision deep down in your heart that you won't drink no matter what. Getting a sober mindset begins with a conscious decision to live an alcohol-free and healthy lifestyle. Recognize and remember the negative impact that alcohol had on your well-being and set a firm intention to change. This is probably the most difficult thing to do, especially in early sobriety. I mean, alcohol has been the answer to so many problems, and it's been our enhancer for many of our celebrations. But you must understand that alcohol has no benefit whatsoever. So make that firm resolution to take alcohol off of the table and out of your life completely. But this is just the beginning of getting that sober mindset. Next, you need to seek support. If you're trying to quit, that means go to a doctor. But on top of that, surround yourself with a supportive network of friends, family, or a sober community who understands your goals and can provide you encouragement. Join our Talk Sober Facebook group. Try support groups like Alcoholics Anonymous or your local hospital sobriety group. Do something that's going to connect you with others on a similar journey. They know what you're going through, and sometimes they can help you with something you might be dealing with. Next, educate yourself. Learn about the effects of alcohol on your body and mind. Now, you probably already kind of understand what alcohol does to you based on your own experience, but try to really learn the effects of alcohol. Alcohol affects us in many more ways than many of us think. It really can be a devastating substance. Understanding the risks and consequences of alcohol can strengthen your determination to remain sober. Now, set clear goals. Establish clear and realistic goals for yourself. This could be as simple as, I'm going to stay sober today, and tomorrow I can drink. And then when you say and do that every day, you're going to stay sober every today. But set other goals, things like, what am I going to do for my sobriety today? Or today I'm going to start to learn the guitar, or I'm going to go on a hike today. Some goals aren't the easiest to accomplish, but they can be accomplished if you break them down into small increments. Make some of your goals fun, things you've always wanted to do. Setting goals helps you stay focused and motivated. Develop coping mechanisms. Identify healthy ways to cope with stress, anxiety, and other triggers that may have led you to drink alcohol in the past. Engage in activities such as exercise, meditation, journaling, or spend time in nature, or work on some of those fun goals you've set for yourself. Find healthy outlets for your emotions and stress. For me, it's hanging around with my family, hiking, cycling, walking the dog, listening to music. I mean, you get the idea. Now, around this stuff, build a routine. Establishing a structured daily routine can be beneficial. Having a regular schedule helps reduce the temptation to fall back into old habits. Include these activities that promote your physical, your mental, and emotional well-being. I have a routine that's not exactly the same every day, but it's consistent over time. In the warmer months, for instance, I walk my dog or I go on a bike ride in the morning. I do housework after that. I do some reading or writing in the afternoon. I make dinner. I might hit a sobriety meeting 3 or 4 times a week. Then I hang out with my family. It's a routine that works for me. And hey, I'm still sober. Now, in that routine, it's important to incorporate self-care. Prioritize it. Make self-care a part of your routine. This can include getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, staying hydrated, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Taking care of your overall well-being enhances your ability to maintain a sober mindset. Now, on the other side, avoid triggers and temptations. This is a big one, especially in early sobriety. Identify and avoid situations, people, or environments that may tempt you to relapse. Don't think you can go to your favorite bar, hang out with your drinking friends, and just drink 7-Up. You might be able to do it for a while, but eventually you're gonna drink alcohol. You need to stay away from places where substances are readily available. At least you need to stay away from these places in the beginning of your sobriety until you can learn what is safe. Now, for me, I don't hang out in bars. Since I don't drink, bars, they just do nothing for me. You should also distance yourself from those individuals that enable or encourage you to drink. Now, you don't have to push those drinking friends out of your life for good, but you do need to avoid hanging out with them while they're drinking. Invite them on a hike or something that doesn't include alcohol. I'm still in contact with many of my old drinking friends. We just don't drink together anymore. And for most of them, it's all good. I mean, they don't have a problem with alcohol, so they can take it or leave it. And on the other hand, I have lost some friends in my getting sober because the only thing we ever did together was drink alcohol. But it is what it is. I've got to stay sober no matter what. Next, celebrate milestones. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements along the way. Rewarding yourself for reaching milestones, whether big or small, it's going to help reinforce your commitment to a sober mindset. In the beginning, I celebrated every day I stayed sober. Now I count the years. It's incredible to look back and realize sobriety can last and be awesome at the same time. Celebrate. This next one might be a bit out there for some of you, and that's practice mindfulness. Mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or yoga, those are very helpful. They can help you stay present in the moment, manage cravings, and improve your overall mental clarity. An easy way to start the practice of mindfulness is to just find a quiet place you can go and sit at the same time every day, and just try to sit and relax. Your mind is going to race. Don't worry about it. Just sit and relax. If you do this every day, you will notice a difference. You will become less stressed, and life might even begin to get a bit easier. A lot of my mindfulness exercises come in the way of riding my bike or on a hike. Figure out what works for you and keep doing it. Remember that developing a sober mindset is a personal journey, and it may require time, patience, and support. If you're struggling with addiction or finding it challenging to maintain a sober mindset, consider seeking professional help from a therapist or a counselor or an addiction specialist. If you're honest with them, a professional that knows about alcohol use disorder, they can help you. You can get and stay sober. It's not difficult if you seriously try. Do those things that I just suggested, and you will develop a life that you don't have to run from. You will build a life that you can look forward to. Yes, there's going to be challenges in life, but they don't have to define you, nor make you drink again. You can develop a new perspective towards life and alcohol, and develop that sober mindset. Check out TalkSober.com, where you can learn more about staying sober and having a life where alcohol is no longer an issue causing problems in your life. Subscribe to this channel and check out some of our other videos where we get into much more detail about staying sober from alcohol. And finally, at TalkSober.com, join our program of sobriety so you can develop a new perspective towards life and alcohol. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the inside.